my people, what's going on? This is MajorTvLetsTalk. I apologize again for bringing this audio under the sound of the engine. But you already know I drive rigs. And I don't always have the time to really present content how I want. I can't always be in front of the camera, so I chose to do audio just to get some content out there and make it be helpful. Today I want to talk about the ugly truth with the media regarding Bill Cosby and how it correlates to everything else around us. We often hear people talk about how the media is really good at creating different twists, trying to dig up everything about you whenever you're going against the power structure or whenever you're in a position whereas black versus white. The media make it business to really show their true racist intent and support for the power structure. Meaning that as the power structure is all about exalting and elevating white people and anybody that's not black, then they have to do a job on black people to prevent us from trying to get ahead, right? Or do things, right? Discourage a movement or a situation. As we already know, with many black victims of police violence or white violence, they would go into the victim background. Go so far as talking about his parents if they can't find that on the victim. This black victim was a victim of violence, whether from the hands of a police officer or a white person, but never really got that person, right, who committed the crime, that actually executed and killed the black person. Too many times, whenever black people spoke up or stood up for something or was making power move, there's always the media that play a part in changing the whole picture and dynamics of what we're viewing and what we're hearing. We don't find out years later what the truth was all about. And we look at Bill Cosby legal circus and how the court system, even the attorneys, unfortunately, played a role with what really happened to him, make you really think. Because we know better. Black people know what the media would do, what extent they would go to, how they would discredit and destroy and slander your character, destroy you as a person. And that's what they try to do about Bill Cosby. And I had a chance to watch Dr. Birch Watkins' interview. I think the brother named Andrew Watkins, I believe. I can't be corrected, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to top of my head. And this brother shared some very profound stuff many people was already talking about, right? How these women was all gathered together to bring Bill Cosby down. They talked about how NBC was struggling, you know what I'm saying? And how Bill Cosby offered to buy NBC. He talks about this guy that was associate Bill Cosby that said some racist stuff to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was like, and this is something that come out later, right? with the interview with Burns Boxwell, he says the racist stuff to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby called him a Nazi, right? And he said, you gonna eat them words, right? I did a Jewish guy, by the way. This guy later became president of NBC. And how behind the scenes this had been orchestrated against Bill Cosby. And shame on black media and black people that ran with the story. Too many times we are gullible. Too many times we're indefensible. We don't be understanding the best way to deal with anything. I always say this, and I'm gonna keep saying the day I die. Believe none of what you hear, have what you see. Watch that person in game. Watch their actions. The media has yet to come clean about a lot of things, and because they're part of power structure and the people that control it, either white or other, we're dealing with a situation whereas they're controlling what we see and what we listen to, all in Hollywood. We have to remember, Bill Cosby was a clean comic. His comic was clean. He wasn't with all the profanity and so forth swarm, right? This brother had some blockbuster movies in the 60s and 70s. This brother had a powerful sitcom called The Cosby Show in the 80s. You feel me? This brother was donating millions and millions and millions of dollars to HBCUs. He was the face of the black family, and he lived lauded by example. And I'm gonna tell you something else we're missing. Bill Cosby had nothing but black attorneys the whole time. You ever notice? He had black attorneys the whole time. This brother was pro-black and been that way. All right, he probably had extramarital affairs. He probably had issues with drugs. We're not saying he's perfect. When we allow the media to do this, brother, when the media did him, and we don't stand up for that, we show him in. We talk about women's rights and so forth, sworn, and we can't ignore this. We let them change the whole narrative, right? And when you learn about depositions and how he explained what was going on in the 60s and 70s, Prelude was a thing. You know, we don't want to talk about the groupies, you know, and how people was drugging back in the 60s and 70s. We don't want to talk about that. We get up to the Me Too movement and talk about women's rights and so forth. Nobody's not trying to downplay women's rights, but we have to stop taking things out of context. Their intention was to destroy this man, and they playing a major part of the black community. They what? They supported it. They talked about it. Those who was for Bill Cosby, man, salute. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't have a whole lot of tickets. I wanted to watch what was gonna happen. Too many times you rush because of the bag, algorithm, it was hot. People jump on it. And it's sad because now it's coming out, it was a hoax. A witch hunt. They actually went and gathered these women up. They showing us he was on crack. You know what I'm saying? On hard drugs, drinking alcohol. They had rough nights and whatever. Some couldn't even remember what happened that long ago. And it's like, we act like this, we act like we forgot who Bill Cosby was. In reference to stature, having money and power. I just don't understand how we couldn't just understand this. But now, justice is being done. And then to find out that this brother, the stuff they were saying to me, it was a total lie. What should be no surprise was a total lie. And they had this brother waive his Fifth Amendment right and speak openly about what happened. And then when you look at the deposition and different parts of it and how the stuff the media was saying, he didn't say that. That's real messed up. That's so sickening to watch a black man of his stature who have supported black causes, supported black people. Yeah, he have his ways. Some people say he was mean and he was like this and that. But there are other people talking about how sweet he was and what have you. This man was honorary doctor for different HBCUs. This brother was really doing his part. And I love the fact that throughout the whole legal proceeding, that brother had black lawyers around. Man, I don't see what's going on right now. And he came out with victorious. Of course, sue the hell out of him. But not just sue him, you know what I'm saying? Take back what's yours. And more. Still NBC, go start your own network. You know, start your own black media network. Don't let nobody push you around and kick you around just because they mad at you, just because you're black, just because you're successful, just because you're about black people. I keep telling everybody, whenever you're for black people and you exposing the evil and you are doing good in your community, you're doing your part, the power that they gonna try to take you down. I commend Bill Cosby. I'm so proud of him. You know, I understand the brother's not perfect, but this brother's AIDS with the system. You know how hard is the system as AIDS? The survivors, they come home and they die in prison. And they come home victorious. Then they said the judge said. When they said judge said, judge said. This man waived his Fifth Amendment right. Meaning the right to remain silent, right? And he openly spoke about what happened in the past, contradicting all of what the media said, and how his name was just dragged him up, how he so-called doped the people, he did this, that, and other. He offered, they accepted. You know what I'm saying? And the point of the matter that really bothers me the most is, he told his brother, hey, you waived your fifth, right to remain silent, and you told what actually happened. We're going to prosecute you. After the brother said what happened, they turned around, double-crossed and prosecuted him. And the sad part about it, the people that was involved, the judge, DA, and them, all of them, they moved on with their career. They made a name of his career. Now they got higher positions, different offices and what have you. I'm just only talking in general, paraphrasing, right? I'm just trying to get my point. I don't want to make no long audio. But on top of that, the court said, hell no. How the hell are you going to promise and have agreement? And he come real with y'all what happened. Y'all gonna prosecute. You know them dirty people went on to prosecute this man? When the court guy like, hell no, this is violation of the 14th Amendment of due process of rights. You can't enter agreement with them saying that if he tell y'all the truth complete, they won't prosecute him. That was so egregious. That was so atrocious. That was just a miscarriage of justice to let his attorneys let him sign that waiver and let him go through what you shame on him as well. And the media put such a twist to it, it created debacle. I remember a beautiful black attorney, she walked up the case because of the so-called complications, because I found out it was a bunch of BS. And I don't know why we don't understand that if we know anything about the 60s and 70s, man, the days are getting high and all this, and liberal sex. It was crazy back then. Do you read the research? Bill was not exempt. He no more exempt. You see an average entertainer, black entertainer that's big and what have you, they get caught up in certain things, what have you. But I just can't see that beat. And they would go at this man with all these people, overwhelmingly convince society and criticize him. The Me Too movement all over it. Black people had something to say. But salute to those who spoke up for Bill Cosby back then. And I didn't have nothing negative to say about the brother. I want to know I want to hear what the results is. I'm hearing it now. And it's a beautiful thing. And you know why? I don't pass judgment. Like they said, you without sin cast the first stone. And society be too damn judgmental. You feel me? And we tend to just jump the gun. I understand women can be victims. Individuals can be victims. I get it. But we have to stop holding court of law with public opinion, like this brother eloquently said on Dr. Burns Walker show, where he said that they held Bill Cosby, his court hearing was our public opinion. when they decided to call the media and show all this that nothing about Bill Cosby and different women that would have you, he was already found guilty by the plug. That brother, he was making a campaign to address it. He didn't go to white media, he was the black media. Salute to that brother for doing it. Trust me, this is a beautiful, beautiful story. It's a sad, real taste story, but it's beautiful. At the end, this brother still win. He gonna win bigger than he ever won, because you know why? He got up their cash. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And I hope he break their back. This can't be tolerated, just like what's going on with GMJ and Bro Ozone. This cannot be tolerated. We have to stand up, people. We have to stop being gullible. We have to stop buying into these different narratives that white media is fake for us. We have to open our eyes and realize together we stand, divided we fall. Bill Cosby should be praised. He should be recognized. Nothing about his character, nothing about his image in the black community should be tainted. We should give him his due. He did a lot in the black community and for the black community. This brother was a warrior. This brother went to court with black lawyers, left out with black lawyers. Even when they quit, he had some more black lawyers. And salute to those who are actually speaking about it and calling it what it is. A lot of these women were lying. This is all about money with these women. The media was all about tearing another great black man down. A man that was trying to buy NBC, a major media network. What part we don't see? We are damn sellouts, and it's sad. And I say we, I'm talking about those who don't get the picture about being on code and support black people. They get that. And that's why I always say, you can do nine good things. You do one bad thing, you cancel. They want to destroy you, slander you, and demean you. We can't let that happen, black media. We have to step up. Look, this Major TV, and I apologize for your engine while I'm talking, but there's so much to talk about in today's news, topics, and commentary. And I'm going to do that. I will do that. And I invite everybody to do the same. Share this audio. Like this audio. New channel, subscribe to the notification button. I'm dropping content constantly. Thank you for all love and support. Thank you for donation. May the Most High be with you. Stay on code. So stay focused, stay on code, just be black. Peace.